All right, welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're diving into the most important AI news because, well, let's face it, keeping up with AI is like trying to catch a rocket.
Yeah, it feels like every day there's something new and huge happening.
It really does. So we've sifted through a mountain of recent news articles, research announcements, all that jazz.
To try to pull out the signals from the noise, and we're going to deliver those signals to you right here, right now.
So where do we even start?
Well, I think a good place to begin is always following the money. Big investments usually tell us where things are headed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Big money moves. And we've seen a bunch of them just in the past year. Anthropic, for instance, they snagged $450 million.
450 million, wow.
Yeah, and that shows that even as generative AI matures, the belief in its potential is still strong.
Very strong. And it's not just Anthropic. Mistral AI, another big name in generative AI, they raised 415 million.
And Hugging Face, they've become like the central hub for open source AI development, you know?
Yeah, like the go-to place.
Exactly. And they brought in a cool 235 million.
These investments are huge, and they really show the confidence in all these different approaches to AI out there. It's not a one-horse race.
Right, and it's not all about generating text or images either. We're seeing serious cash going to other important areas too,
Like what?
like AI-powered cybersecurity.
Hmm.
Makes sense with all the digital threats out there.
True. And then there's automation, companies using AI to streamline all sorts of things.
Yeah, and then the backbone of it all, the AI infrastructure. Got to build that foundation.
And that's why events like the ODSC East 2025 Startup Showcase are so important.
They're like a launch pad for these new AI companies. They can show off what they've got and hopefully attract investors.
Yeah, it's like a breeding ground for new ideas and innovations.
Speaking of big money, though, we got to talk about SoftBank and OpenAI. This is a potential game changer.
Oh, yeah, this is massive.
Reports are saying they're looking at an investment of up to $40 billion. That's billion with a B.
It's mind-blowing. A valuation like that puts OpenAI right up there with giants like McDonald's or Chevron.
I mean, think about that for a second. That's the kind of money that tells you they believe AI is going to be dominating the future.
No doubt it's a huge statement about the potential of AI, especially what OpenAI is doing.
So we've talked about the money, but money talks because it fuels innovation, right?
Exactly leads to those shiny new AI models and features.
And OpenAI is definitely in the spotlight there. One of the big things is their plan to release their first open weights language model since 2019.
Open weights, that's a pretty big deal, right?
Yeah, it means more accessibility, more people can tinker with it, and they're emphasizing its reasoning capabilities. No strict usage restrictions either.
Well, it's smart. They're even asking developers for feedback through this special form.
Yeah, they want to make sure it's useful for everyone.
That's a good move.
But it's not just language models. GPT-4o's image generation abilities have gotten a major upgrade too.
Oh, yeah. In what ways?
You can now modify uploaded images, create new ones, and the consistency across multiple edits is way better.
That was a bit of a problem before, wasn't it?
It was, and the text in images is much clearer now too.
All that makes it way more useful in real-world situations.
Exactly, from marketing and design to education and accessibility. Speaking of video generation, Runway's new Gen 4 model is making waves, too.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. What's special about it?
Their big focus is on consistency. Making scenes and characters look and act the same throughout the video.
Yeah, that's been a real challenge for AI-generated video.
It has, and Runway seems to be tackling it head-on, which means we could be seeing longer, more sophisticated AI-generated videos soon.
Exciting stuff. And it's not just the big players making moves either.
Right, Meta's jumped into the room with Mocha. It's an AI system that can create animated characters from text prompts with synchronized speech and everything.
Wow, that's like an all-in-one animation studio powered by AI.
Pretty much it really shows how these AI systems are becoming more integrated, more versatile.
And speaking of looking ahead, DeepMind dropped this huge paper, 145 pages, all about AGI safety.
AGI, artificial general intelligence, that's the big one.
Yep. And they're saying it could actually outsmart us humans by 2030.
2030, that's not that far off.
It's not. And that's why they're already working on risk mitigation strategies.
Smart move, better to be prepared than caught off guard.
Absolutely. And on a more immediate level, Anthropic has launched something called Claude for Education.
Claude for Education, what's that?
It's a special AI chatbot plan designed for colleges and universities. They even have a learning mode specifically for students.
Sounds like AI is making its way into the classroom.
It is. We're seeing similar initiatives popping up all over. AI can really personalize learning experiences, Help with research gives students instant support.
Makes sense. And Sentient is also making some interesting moves.
Oh yeah, they've open sourced their Open Deep Search Framework, ODS for short. It's what powers their sentient chat.
So they're basically sharing the secret sauce behind their AI-powered search.
Yeah, they want to make advanced AI reasoning accessible for everyone.
That's pretty cool. It could lead to some
Yeah.
really innovative search applications.
Definitely. And then we have DeepSeek v3.1 Coder. This one's a bit of a mouthful.
Yeah, but it's making headlines because it's reportedly outperforming some of the top dogs,
Really? Like who?
like Claude 3.7 Sonnet, even GPT 4.5.
Wow, that's impressive. And what's it good at?
Coding and math, it's crushing those benchmarks. And here's the kicker. It's available for free local use through DeepSeek Coder.
So any developer can get their hands on this cutting-edge coding AI.
Yeah, which could really shake things up in the software development world.
Yeah, lower the barriers to entry, speed up development cycles, maybe even lead to faster innovation.
We'll have to see. But it's definitely a development worth watching. So all these amazing models need the right infrastructure to run on, right?
Absolutely. And the tools to build and deploy them.
So what's happening on that front?
Quite a bit, actually. NVIDIA, for instance, they've open sourced their KAI scheduler.
KAI scheduler, that's for?
It's a Kubernetes native GPU scheduling solution. Came from a company called Run.ai.
So what does it do?
It's all about optimizing the use of GPUs, those super powerful processors that AI relies on.
Makes sense. AI eats up a lot of computing power, so you got to be efficient.
Exactly. This makes it cheaper and faster to train and deploy those big AI models. Makes them more accessible for everyone.
Good news. And up in the cloud, AWS is bringing their generative AI assistant Amazon Q developer to the Amazon OpenSearch service.
What will that allow people to do?
It means users can use AI to analyze and visualize operational data right within OpenSearch. Makes things way smoother.
Streamlines everything. Yeah, very cool.
And Amazon also announced Nova Act. This one's interesting.
What is Nova Act?
It's an AI agent development system specifically designed for automating tasks on the web.
Like a digital assistant that can do things online for you.
Kind of, it can have a huge impact on how we work. Imagine AI taking care of all those repetitive online tasks.
Yeah, frees us up to focus on the more creative and strategic stuff.
Speaking of tools, Adobe's making some moves in the video editing world. They're bringing 4 Premiere Pro AI features out of beta.
Which ones?
Generative Extend Media Intelligence Auto-Translate Caption.
So they're really going all in on AI-powered video editing.
They are, and these features can really speed things up, make things easier for video editors.
Yeah, less time on tedious tasks, more time for the creative stuff.
Definitely. And then there's this new open source tool called the Arthur Engine.
Arthur Engine, what does that do?
It's a real-time AI evaluation engine. It helps teams monitor, debug, and improve their AI models, whether they're generative AI or traditional machine learning.
Oh, so it's like a constant health check for your AI systems.
Pretty much you can catch problems early and fix them before they become big headaches.
That's essential, especially as we're using AI in more and more critical applications.
Absolutely. And we're also seeing a lot of talk about LLM routing.
LLM routing, what's that all about?
It's a way to optimize how we use large language models. It basically directs different tasks to the most suitable LLM.
So instead of using the most expensive and powerful model for everything.
Exactly. You use the right tool for the job, which saves money and improves performance.
Smart. And on the infrastructure front, we've got plans for a massive natural gas-powered AI data center in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and it's being built on a former coal plant site.
That's interesting.
It shows you just how much energy these AI systems need, and it brings up some important questions about sustainability.
Definitely got to think about the environmental impact as AI gets bigger and bigger.
For sure, and on a smaller scale, but still interesting, Amazon is restricting sales of some high-end GPUs to Prime members only.
Really?
Yeah, certain NVIDIA RTX 50 and AMD Radeon 9Z70 GPUs.
Why are they doing that?
Seems like it's to stop scalping because those GPUs are in super high demand for AI and gaming.
Makes sense. They're trying to make sure the chips get into the hands of real users.
All right, so we've covered funding models, infrastructure. Now let's zoom out a bit and look at how AI is being used in different industries and what the research labs are up to.
Sounds good.
Starting with robotics. Hexagon just launched a whole new robotics division.
Dedicated to robotics, that's a big move.
It is, and it shows how AI is becoming a core part of robotics development.
Totally. And speaking of robotics, Robint was showing off their latest and greatest at Hannover Messe 2025.
Yeah, the robots are getting more advanced all the time, both the hardware and the AI that controls them.
And even the tiny components are evolving. Dust Photonics, for example, they unveiled their 2xFR4 products specifically for AI and hyperscale data centers.
It's like the whole tech world is adapting to the demands of AI.
Exactly. AI is driving innovation at every level.
And it's changing how companies work, too. Boston Consulting Group, BCG, they're hiring 1,000 new people, all focused on AI.
Wow, 1,000. That's a lot.
It shows you how much demand there is for AI expertise out there. Companies want to integrate AI into everything they do.
And we're seeing AI pop up in unexpected places too, like TCS becoming the official AI and technology partner for the Schneider Electric Marathon de Paris.
A marathon, that's pretty cool.
It shows how AI can be used to enhance even these traditional events.
Yeah, like tracking runners, analyzing performance, maybe even personalizing the experience for everyone involved.
Lots of possibilities. And in healthcare, Coveri Health just launched Protect Her AI.
What does that do?
It uses routine imaging data to spot early signs of breast cancer, cardiovascular disease, and osteoporosis in women.
Wow, that could be a game changer for early detection.
You could. AI is really good at analyzing medical images and catching things that humans might miss.
And then there's autonomous driving. Waymo's been making strides with their foundation model.
Foundation models are proving to be super important for self-driving cars.
Yeah, they help the AI handle all the complexities of driving in the real world.
And even in the world of finance, AI and data science are shaking things up.
How so?
People are using them to try and predict the Bitcoin market. These machine learning models crunch tons of data looking for patterns and trends.
So AI is trying to figure out the wild world of cryptocurrency.
It's pretty amazing how AI is touching every corner of our lives.
It really is. So we've covered a ton of ground today. What are the big takeaways for our listeners?
Well, first off, the investment in AI is still pouring in. That tells you something around.
Yeah, it says people believe in its future.
Exactly. Second, AI models are advancing at an incredible pace and becoming more accessible thanks to open source projects.
Third, the infrastructure and tools that support AI are also evolving, making it easier and more efficient to use.
And fourth, AI is being used everywhere from healthcare to finance to robotics. It's truly transforming the world around us.
Absolutely. And it's only going to accelerate from here. So here's a question for you, listener.
I like this.
Out of all these amazing AI developments, which one do you think will have the biggest impact on your daily life in the next 5 years?
That's a tough one, but it's definitely something to think about.
It is, because AI is here to stay, and it's changing everything.
It is time to dive in and see where it takes us.
Couldn't have said it better myself. See you next time on The Deep Dive.
See you then.